Hey everyone, my name's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be making a coming out video today. This hat is from HRC, Human Rights Campaign, and this shirt is from Queer Girl Events. I guess let's just get into it. I have two moms. I was really lucky to be raised in a super liberal, open, accepting community and environment. When I was 18, I realized that I was not straight. You would think that having two moms would make it so that I wouldn't assume that I was straight always. Like, you would think that that would make it so that being straight wasn't the norm, but I still felt like being straight was the norm. And I guess that's probably due to the fact that society is still really straight. Everywhere is just straight culture all over the place. And so growing up, even though I had two moms and I was raised in a super liberal environment, I still never really thought that I would be anything other than straight. The first girl I liked was the summer before I went to college. That's the first girl that I truly realized that I had feelings for. Anyway, nothing really came of that. It wasn't anything I wanted to pursue because obviously this was super new for me, and I was just, wanting to kind of sit with those feelings or whatever. And I would have to say, even though I pretty much was straight before I was 18, I never identified that way, and I've never liked labels ever. Labels shouldn't be constrictive, and I think everything is very, very fluid in terms of sexuality, gender. Life in general is fluid. We are all fluid human beings. I went to a women-centered college. It probably did help that I was in such an open and liberal environment in school, because I was around a bunch of other queer people, and so it made me realize that I too was queer. And obviously that helped. And if I went to a big co-ed school, who knows what would have happened? Who knows if I would. I'm pretty sure I still would be where I'm at today, but you never really know. Yeah, so, okay, I'm at college, and there was this girl. I developed, feelings for her. I had the, crush on the girl the summer before, but it didn't go anywhere, and I didn't want to pursue it, and it wasn't, that serious or anything. And then having these, very strong physical feelings for this girl was a super big sign, obviously. Erin, you're not straight. And so, anyway, I pursued that, I guess, and she pursued me, and we ended up having this, weird on-again, off-again thing. It was kind of toxic and up and down, and, we weren't really great to each other or ourselves, but it did allow me to really acknowledge the fact that I was queer. I ended up telling my parents about it, obviously, because I'm best friends with my moms and my brother. And so pretty soon after we started hooking up, I told them about it, because this was obviously a big thing. This is the first girl I've ever hooked up with, and that was something I did want to share with people that I was close to. So I told my best friends back home and my moms and my brother, and none of them were really that surprised, to be honest, I don't think. I guess I should ask them again. I did ask my moms the other day about it. I guess I could ask my best friends about it too. Let me just ask them really fast. I'm just gonna text them really fast. I did come out to my moms. I just said, I'm pretty sure I just was oh, I'm with a girl right now, or I'm sort of seeing a girl right now. Oh, okay, so she goes, I was a bit surprised just at first, but never thought anything else about it, especially now that you're with Ashley for so long. Yeah, so Ashley is my girlfriend, and we've been together for a million years. No, just kidding. It's been 3.5 years. We've known each other for 4 years, though. Okay, back to the story. So I did come out to them that way. When I asked my moms about it later, they were just oh yeah, we weren't even that surprised, because you'd never been the type of person that liked labels. You never felt the need to label yourself in any regard, label anyone in any regard. I came out as pansexual, and so I said, I'm attracted to people, and it doesn't matter their gender or their sex. And so that made sense to them. They're just okay, cool. We just don't want you to get hurt. And I did, but it's all okay, because I'm in so much of a better place. I haven't been in that many relationships. I wasn't really a relationship type person at all until I met Ashley. And I was always more of the type of person that was just like casual with people. I didn't have the time or the desire to be committed to someone for my first couple years of college. Okay, so anyway, my brother's reaction was just like, oh, okay, cool. It wasn't like anything dramatic. Here's the thing, the like way that I came out to everyone, social media and family and friends and everything, was actually through a Portraits of Boston story. I was going to see my friend Marissa, who was staying a little bit outside of the city. So I was on the T, and this guy like just was like, oh my gosh, you look so cool. Can I talk to you for a minute? And it wasn't like a weird, creepy, like hit on you type of thing. So I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, he genuinely seemed like a really nice guy, and he was really nice. I think he was like, oh, I do Portraits of Boston. I like to feature people and like tell little snippets of their life, kind of. It was the day before Father's Day. And so he was like, oh, how do you feel about Father's Day or something? And I was just like, oh, I have 2 moms, so I never even know when Father's Day is. And like, you know, it's never been a big deal. And he thought that was interesting. So then I talked about how I was queer, and I have 2 moms, I identify as queer, and I have a twin brother who is straight. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and I don't really know what that's like. They were like, do you think it's something you miss? And I was like, not really, this is all I know, so, and my moms are great. Were you adopted? No, it was a sperm donor. Did you ever have any issues coming out? No, my family always knew. Which, this was not actually what I said. No fault to them. I probably talked fast or something, but my family didn't always know that I was queer, but they were always okay with whatever I was. It didn't matter. And so then they said, and what about with friends and classmates? And I was like, I'm from Northern California, so it was never an issue. They were just like, hey, who do you like? Do you like this person or that person? Now I'm in women's and gender studies at Simmons College, which is an all women's college, so it's not an issue either. I didn't know I was queer until I was 18 or 19. I was pansexual when I was 18. When I came out in the beginning of college, I still felt some attraction to guys. I'm not like 0% attracted to guys, you know, like I definitely have been romantically attracted to guys. I have been physically attracted to guys, but it's just not very common. I would say like the majority of the time I would consider myself being attracted to women, but I've also definitely been attracted to people of other genders. I don't think the word lesbian for me does enough justice to who I am, and I think it's awesome for other people to use the word, but for me, queer is just the best because I do feel like more of an open-ended person and more of a fluid person, and I don't think I ever want to just say like I'll only ever be attracted to women, because right now I'm with a genderqueer person, and like, yes, she uses she pronouns or they them pronouns, and for her, she wouldn't care if I labeled myself as queer. She would be like, yeah, do whatever, you know, like obviously I can label myself however I want because the label's for me, it's not for anyone else, but I do feel the best to say that I'm queer. Yeah, so coming out as queer, being comfortable in my body, cutting my hair, doing different things, like changing up my style a little to be more comfortable and like more in tune with myself and stuff like that. It was really awesome, and like, yeah, that was happening halfway through college. And then the summer after my sophomore year of college, this will be a whole other YouTube video to hear about that story, but anyway, I met who my current girlfriend is now, Ashley, on Twitter, and so that was amazing. And we didn't meet in person until 6 months after we met online, and then we didn't get together until 2 months after that. So we knew each other 8 months before we got together officially, but we've been together 3.5 years now. But yeah, but through that whole time I've stayed identifying as queer, and it just like feels super right for me, and I don't really see myself ever identifying as anything else except for queer. Going to school in a liberal area, living in a liberal area, having 2 moms, having a super accepting family, you know, it's all been like such a blessing, and I'm so lucky that that's my coming out story. Obviously I have to remember how it could be so much worse, and how so many people go through really awful times coming out and trying to be their genuine self and like live their truth, and you know, people get killed over it, and people get jailed over it, and people commit suicide over it, and there's so many things that are so hard having to do with coming out. This is, you know, scary for a lot of people, and this is illegal in a lot of countries. You know, coming out is not easy for most people, and I was so lucky that it was easy for me, and you know, I feel really privileged to have that experience. I just want to recognize all the people that it's not easy for, because that's the majority of people, honestly, in the world that are coming out. It does get better, I do have to say. Like, regardless of where you are, you will find your family, not, you know, blood or otherwise. You will find your family and you will find where you belong. I'm always here for anyone who wants to talk, or if anyone has questions. I'll link all my social medias in the description, and please friend me, or, you know, message me or whatever, and I'm always here for all of you. So just please remember that, and you are not alone. None of you are alone. And if you're having a hard time, and if you're thinking like, is it worth it to, you know, be ostracized from my family, or kicked out, or made fun of, or whatever it is worth it, because you are going to make it to the other side of this horrible uphill battle, and you're gonna get to the top, and there's gonna be a rainbow and an amazing community of people waiting for you. You are never alone. You are always safe with us, and you are free to live your own truth. So I did post on social media, like message me or comment me some questions about coming out and stuff like that, and I did get a couple. So one question that I got was, what's one thing you would go back and tell yourself to stop stressing before coming out? I think one thing I did stress about was how people would view me back home. Not so much my family, but more like school, like high school people and people from my hometown, kind of, because it was becoming more of a common thing to be able to come out and be accepted and not have to worry about your safety and stuff. Some straight people that I know are like, oh my gosh, it's so trendy to come out. Everyone's doing it. Like, wow, I can't believe this. And it's not trendy to come out, it's just more accepted, and so people are doing it more. Being LGBTQIA+, all of those identities have always existed, but we haven't always had the language for them. And now we have the language, and we have the ability to have conversations about it. And so that's allowing more people to come out and live their truth and be who they are. And I think for me, I was scared that people were going to think I was just coming out for attention or to be like trendy. And so I think I would go back in time and tell myself to stop stressing about what other people think. I would say to myself, just know what you're feeling is real and true, and this isn't anything that you have to be ashamed of, and you should be free to just express it however you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want, and don't worry what other people think. Most people aren't even going to judge you, so just be free and be happy. So that is the end of this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Just comment down below, and I will see you all in my next video.